The air crackled with anticipation. Millions around the world held their breath as the fate of the Catholic Church hung in the balance. From the heart of the Vatican, a plume of white smoke rose into the sky, signaling a historic moment. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle had been elected the 267th Pope of the Catholic Church. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica rang out across Rome, echoing through the hearts of the faithful worldwide. A collective gasp was followed by jubilant cheers from the thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square. The news spread like wildfire, carried instantly to every corner of the globe. Pope Francis, after years of transformative leadership, had left behind a legacy of compassion and reform. His resignation created a void, a space that many believed could only be filled by a leader who could carry forward his mission. That leader was found in Cardinal Tagle, a man known for his humility, deep faith, and commitment to the poor and marginalized. Inside the hallowed halls of the Sistine Chapel, the sacred ritual of electing a new pope had unfolded. The college of cardinals cloaked in prayerful silence cast their votes. The weight of history rested upon their shoulders. 4 times the smoke had risen gray and inconclusive, each puff a reminder of the gravity of their deliberations. But on the 5th occasion, a hush fell over the assembled cardinals as the smoke cleared to reveal its unmistakable whiteness. A decision had been made. A new pope had been chosen. The conclave, steeped in centuries-old tradition, had spoken, and its voice carried a message of change. The world turned its gaze toward the Philippines, the homeland of the newly elected pontiff. Cardinal Tagle's election was not just a moment of celebration for his country, but a defining moment for the Catholic Church. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the Archbishop of Manila, was no stranger to the global stage. Born in 1957, his journey took him from the bustling streets of Manila to the corridors of the Vatican. His life was a testament to the universality of faith. Educated in the Philippines and Rome, Tagle's theological roots ran deep. He was a scholar, a theologian who approached his faith with intellectual rigor and pastoral sensitivity. His work reflected a belief in a more synodal church, a church where dialogue and shared responsibility were paramount. Growing up in a devout Catholic family, Tagle was surrounded by the teachings of the Church and the example of his parents, who were deeply involved in their local community. Witnessing firsthand the struggles of the poor, he developed a profound empathy for those in need. His calling to the priesthood was not just a personal journey, but a deep conviction that faith without action was meaningless. His appointment as Archbishop of Manila in 2011 placed him at the heart of one of the world's most vibrant Catholic communities. He embraced the challenges of his new role with energy and enthusiasm, reaching out to the poor, the sick, and the forgotten with a message of hope and compassion. His leadership extended beyond the Philippines as he worked with international organizations dedicated to social justice and human dignity. Tagle's tenure as prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples provided him with invaluable experience in navigating the complexities of the global church. He traveled extensively, engaging with local communities, listening to their concerns, and offering words of encouragement and support. His ability to connect with people from all walks of life, regardless of their background or beliefs, earned him worldwide respect. His leadership style, often described as collaborative and inclusive, stood in contrast to the hierarchical structures that had long defined the Church. He believed in empowering others, fostering dialogue, and building consensus. His vision for the Church was one of unity, a church that embraced diversity and celebrated the richness of its global tapestry. The election of Cardinal Tagle sent shockwaves across the globe. In the Philippines, a nation deeply rooted in Catholicism, celebrations erupted. Fireworks lit up the night sky, church bells rang nonstop, and people danced in the streets. The first Asian pope in modern times was seen as a monumental moment of pride for the country. Beyond the Philippines, reactions were mixed. Progressive Catholics, inspired by Pope Francis's reforms, saw in Tagle a kindred spirit, a leader who could continue building a more inclusive and welcoming church. They hoped his leadership would bring much-needed changes and foster unity. However, Conservative factions expressed caution, wary of Tagle's perceived liberal leanings on issues such as LGBTQ+ inclusion and divorce. Tagle's papacy promised to be one of bridge building, reaching out to those on the margins of society and the Church itself. His past statements on social issues had endeared him to many, but also drawn criticism from more traditional corners.